Alright, now it's time to talk about some comparison practice. They will ask you to explore two sources, right? So how different are these two sources? Above this question, of course, they will ask you what exactly are the two sources to use. Please use only those two sources that they ask you. Now, when you do comparison, right, just a recap again, look out for your BOC. What is BOC? Your basis of comparison. In other words, it is also known as your comparison topic. So look out for the topic first before you make your inference about the topic. How do you look out for the topic? Well, you think about these things, right? You can think about the person. Is there any common person that both sources are talking about? Is there any common place that both sources are talking about? Is there any common policy that both sources are talking about? Is there any common situation or that both sources are talking about? Yes. So person, place, policy, right? Any trend, there's a lot of things that they can both talk about, all right, and keep to this consistent trend, person, place, policy, or situation because you're comparing about that topic. Okay, this will help you to not go out of point. So let's look at source C here. Okay, look out for the person, place, or policies that you notice over here. Well, I see Chinese disease. What does it say? Since 1955, the Tengku since 1955 have been telling me that David Marshall that he was going to keep the Chinese disease away from mainland Malaya. So that is my first piece of evidence because it talks about the Chinese, right? Keep the Chinese disease away from mainland Malaya. So then you ask yourself, so what? So this could mean that maybe the Chinese population is a problem, right? This could also mean that um, they need to get rid of the Chinese. I don't know, maybe, possibly, right? That is a problem that they need to face together. Now, let's carry on looking at the source. How Lee Kuan Yew managed to convince the Tengku on the threat of how Lee Kuan Yew managed to convince the Tengku of merger, I do not know, but Lee Kuan Yew might have told the Tengku threat of communism was so great that there was a merger, Singapore was going to become a communist country, which is like a knife hanging over the neck of Malaya, threatening Malaya's own political stability. So you have words like political stability, right? You have words like becoming a communist country. Threat of communism was so great. So these are the things that are describing what? What exactly are they describing? There you have your policy, and the policy is the merger. Okay, the policy is the merger. So here in a nutshell is your common topic, the merger. Okay, the whole thing is trying to say that the merger actually brings you benefits in terms of security. Yes, because it says here political stability, right? It says here communist threat, communist country, political stability. So it's trying to say that without merger, you will not have all these things. Okay? I mean, you will not have political stability. You will have the threat of communists. You will become a communist country if you're not careful. So therefore, merger is going to be beneficial to you in order to protect your security and protect your political freedom. Okay? So topic here is merger. So just to recap, first topic I found was about people, about the Chinese people. Next topic I found was about the policy of the merger. So your topic must have a description about it, okay? Chinese, they will call a disease. Merger, it was meant to help remove the communist threat and ensure political stability. Now we move on to the next source. Look, see if we can find the same two topics. First, the Chinese, right? Where is the one word on the Chinese? It's actually below here, right? The Federation. Malaya said that they do not want Singapore because Singapore had too many Chinese. Again, what is your inference about the Chinese? They are a problem. They are considered a problem, probably because they are a threat to peace. Okay, maybe it's the racial imbalance that can happen because of the Chinese. Okay, it can be a lot of other things as well. But the main thing to point out here is I have found my common topic again. In this case, it is person, it is the Chinese population. Now, is there talking about merger as well? Definitely, because this whole case study is about the merger. So the issue topic, most likely you'll get a common topic from there. So it is the merger. So what does it say about the merger here? Racial tension increasing, genuine feeling of unity, no feelings of wanting to belong to. No feelings of wanting to belong to a Malaysian leadership. Okay, I was really upset about the long-term effects of the policy. What policy? Merger between Malayan government and the PAP. Foresee the problems lying ahead, including racial tension, no genuine feelings of unity, or wanting to belong to Malayan leadership. Right? So there's the main thing here is racial tensions. Policy here is merger. So there's a common topic again. In this case, it says that the merger is going to cause some racial tensions, and the merger is going to lead to feelings of not wanting to belong to a Malayan leadership. In other words, it's going to be a security concern, right? Because of racial tension, right? So this is a security concern, and this is going to be merger is not beneficial. Okay, common topic here, merger. Inference is your merger is in fact not beneficial. So where's the similarity? Where's the difference? Well, looking again back at the BOC, the BOC. First, let's talk about the policy that we found out, which is merger. So source C says that merger brings benefits, right? Because it has security benefits of removing communist threat, giving peace to Singapore. Whereas D says that merger is not going to be beneficial. So my common topic here is about merger, but they are different because now here says the merger is not beneficial because it's going to cause security concerns. How do I know security concerns? Because it clearly says here this policy is only going to bring about racial tensions. And again, racial tensions. So what if there's racial tensions, right? Ask yourself, so what, then what? Implications. Well, the implication for this is it's going to be a big security concern, and it's going to disrupt the harmony, the peace that we have in Singapore. Right? Which will disrupt the harmony and the peace in Singapore. All right, there you have it. Second one. Wait, how about I go on to the example? So when you answer the question, right, bear in mind you must answer the question word. Question word here is different, so both sources are different. Okay, then you have your BOC. BOC is your common. In this case, is common policy, and the policy is referring to the merger. So merger would bring, whether it would bring benefits or not, that is the thing I'm trying to compare, right? About the beneficialness of the merger, if there's such a word. Okay, after you've done this, written my BOC in the first line, then my next line is to move on to writing the 2 points. So first point of source C, again talking about the same BOC, the same BOC, which is the merger. Right, tells me merger brings benefits, actually brings benefits. Right, then while source D, now I'm telling you source D's main point is that the merger, again, same BOC. Now we're talking about merger also, but now it says that the merger does not bring benefits. So here's my contrasting inference. Contrasting inference is written over here. Alright, then you move on to my evidence of source C. Okay, again, same thing, threat of communism, blah, 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 everything. Make sure you quote threaten political stability. And then, what does it suggest? So follow your inference, follow your inference, explanation, expectation, which is extend. It must be clear, it must be in your own words, and it must be extended. Extend by asking yourself again this question, so what, then what, and what is the implications? Okay, what's the implication of threatening political stability? Well, you will disrupt the peace, right? So hence the merger will actually bring about security benefits, right? Provide necessary support to help get rid of the communist problem, preventing it spreading to Malaya, ensure peace and stability. So you can add on to this and say things like you will ensure peace and stability. This is my so what then what implication of the example. Okay, this evidence over here implies that the merger actually will bring my security benefits, provide necessary support to help get rid of the Communist Party and prevent spreading over to Malaya to ensure peace and stability in the country. And hence that is why it links to my point over here that the merger actually brings benefits. Alright. Now leave a line. Next paragraph. However, put the word however to show that you're comparing now. However, D is going to be different. Then state the evidence because racial tension was increasing, right? No unity, no wanting to belong. I left out something here in my evidence. Okay, I must talk about the policy in the evidence. Okay, that means this line has to be written as well. Really upset the long-term effects of the policy. I forgot to add this inside. So you must write about the main topic inside your evidence. I mean, your evidence must have the elements of the main topic. In this case, it is the merger policy. Okay, so the merger will cause racial tensions, no feelings of unity, no feelings of wanting to belong to Malayan government, Malayan leadership. So how is this not beneficial, right? Again, ask yourself the so what, then what implication. How is this not beneficial? Well, this is not beneficial because it will lead to social disharmony, right? It will lead to the lack of peace, right? Racial tensions, right? All these racial tensions. So what if there's racial tensions? It will lead to social disharmony. It may even lead to violence. It may lead to a lack of peace. So can you see I'm very direct in my extensions. I'm very direct, I'm very clear, and I'm fully explaining, right? I'm fully explaining my point. And therefore, because of the lack of peace, because of the destabilization, because of the violence, therefore I can safely say that it agrees with my main point of source D in that the merger does not bring benefits. Okay? Very messy, but I hope you understand. If you're not clear on anything, you can just rewind the thing. Alright, so that's how you should do your difference paragraph. Evidence explain, evidence explain. Now, similarity. Just now we already picked up. Again, when you look for BOC, look for the people, place, things, right? Or any common topics. Next common topic we found was actually the Chinese majority, right? So again, how are you going to write a paragraph? Answer the question word similar. Now, write down the common topic, the Chinese majority. Yes. So what was the inference about the Chinese majority? It was a concern. Okay, how do I know it's a concern? Then you give this is your inference, right? So when writing similarity, you will have your common topic and you have your common inferences together in the first line. Chinese majority is a concern. Then evidence. Donggu since 19 telling me that he was going to keep the Chinese disease away. So what's the implication of Chinese disease? It simply means that so what is going to keep the Chinese disease away? What does this imply? Implies that he was actually against the merger, hesitant due to the overwhelming Chinese majority. Okay, why is it called a disease? Because he believes that it's going to affect the racial proportion in Malaya and therefore it's going to bring a lot of disadvantages to Malays. I'm going to add this down, disadvantages to Malays. So ask yourself, what's the implication of him calling the Chinese a disease? Okay, why did he do it? So what if you call the Chinese a disease? What's the implication? Well, he called Chinese a disease because he believed that it's going to disadvantage the Malays. It's going to disadvantage the racial proportion in Malaya. And hence, therefore, this is a reason why this is a big concern hindering the merger. Okay, then after that, you give me the evidence of D. You write similarly. Okay, writing D evidence now. Again, D evidence is very short. Singapore had too many Chinese. Ask yourself again how to explain this. So what, then what? Implications of having too many Chinese is what? Over majority, overpowering and toppling the racial proportion, right? What's the problem with having too many Chinese? It's going to overpower and topple the racial proportion in Malay, leading to disunity and tensions. Okay, very clear explanation that extends upon the evidence of too many Chinese. So what? Then what? Implication. Okay, overpowering. Um, because too many Chinese is going to overpower the majority race, is going to topple the racial proportion, create tension and disharmony. Hence, therefore, that is why it links back to the main point here that the Chinese majority, which is your BOC, right, your common topic, Chinese majority is indeed a big concern hindering the merger, which is my inference. Alright, so that is how you do your similarity paragraph. And just to recap one more time, you need to write 2 paragraphs for a comparison, right? So for similarity, you will write your ATQ, you write the question word similar, then you will write your BOC in the first line. So this is line number 1 now, your ATQ plus your common topic, people, place, thing, policy, or whatever it is. Second thing will be your evidence, evidence of the first source. Okay, then you explain. Okay, or you can also just give me the evidence of B, second source. Then you explain together if you want. Alternatively, you can also give me the evidence of A, then explain A, evidence of B, explain B, and then finish off like that. Alright, I forgot something. It's ATQ plus the BOC, which is the topic, plus the common inferences of the BOC, right? ATQ plus BOC plus common inferences, right? As example here, similar ATQ, BOC, Chinese majority, common inferences is, it was a concern. Everything in the first line. Oops. Yeah, whereas for difference, is going to be ATQ plus your BOC. No common inferences yet because they are different. Just give me the ATQ plus the topic first. Second line, then you give me the A point. Give me the point of A, and you must relate to this BOC, right? Then you write however, then you write B point. And B's point or B's inference also must relate to this BOC. Okay, then after that is evidence A, explain. Okay, then however, then evidence B, then explain B. So just to recap one more time, ATQ different. Okay, in terms of topic, common topic is whether the merger will bring benefits or not. So this is no inference yet. It's just telling me the common topic I'm exploring is about the policy known as the merger. Then next line, I go into the point of C. Point of C about the same BOC merger brings benefits. While D, okay, same topic, merger, and my main inference that's contrasting with my previous inference was it does not bring benefits. Alright, so that is how you do your comparison questions well.